I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin. In this video, we're going to have a look at how much money can you make holding the DAO Maker token through a bear market. Obviously, taking into consideration the bearish pattern that we've been at for the last, well, let's say 6 months or so, we have the November high right here, Bitcoin at about 65, almost 70,000, and then crashing down. Obviously, due to that pattern, the launch pads have been suffering, right? Because unfavorable market conditions, it is more difficult to raise money. If less projects raise money, then as well the launchpad markets suffer because that is their basically main source of business. There has been a slight recovery, but it's nowhere near the level that it was before. It's still 620 at the all-time high, 330 right now. When we look at the all-time chart, it's not even too bad. There were periods where it was higher before, but let's take into consideration this chart compared to this one. So the real question is, let's say you got in at $2, you got in at $3 perhaps, right? What would be the main benefit? Well, obviously, the benefit would be is that continuously through the bearish market, you can participate on the DAO Maker launches. So the DAO Maker launchpad is still launching projects throughout the bear market, less significantly, so at a less rapid scale, but they still have about 8 launches lined up for the near future. So that's definitely a good cue where most launchpads scale back. But the real question of this video is how much money could you potentially make by just holding the token through a bearish market? So we have to take into consideration the graph, right? And when we look at the graph, it's actually quite a simple process because it is not about when the bearish pattern will reverse. It's more a question of how long are you willing to wait? Right, that's basically what it comes down to. This is the 1-year chart. I'll actually put it on the all-time chart. So basically this was beginning of 2021, so about 1 year ago, right? The all-time high was achieved at about $8.25 just about a year ago, and then basically it came crashing down to about $1 before building up. DAO Maker right now being the biggest launchpad in the market on their market cap, and in the crypto gaming bull run, it basically reached $5 and then for a second high on 620, right before Bitcoin crashed, and basically the launchpad also crashed, coming down quite aggressively. So let's assume a 2-part scenario, right? You got not the all-time low of, let's say, $2. You maybe got in at this one, $2.50. Right, $2.50, maybe $3. Then when you would hold through this bear market, right, and participate on the opportunities if you want to, that DAO Maker has to offer, the larger market cap of this project basically allows you to know that the price is relatively stable relative compared to other launchpads. Where the market caps are smaller, the price is way more volatile. Where the price of DAO Maker basically went divided by 2, right, from $6 to $3. Other platforms basically went from $1 to 4 cents, right, which is like a huge loss, basically almost divided by over 20, right, where this one only divided by half. So it's definitely interesting and important to take that into consideration. The two-sided story of the launchpads. One side you have the token, on the other side you have the IDOs that you can participate in. Anyway, let's say you got in at $3, right? So you're basically looking at the next bullish pattern where DAO Maker would do well at 100% return, right? 100%. So if you would buy for $1,000, you would end up with $2,000 plus the benefit of their launches, right? Which you would have to take into consideration. Relative to other projects, let me take another launchpad as an example. So when we scroll down to like the smaller ones, let's say Bullperks, right? And we would basically pull up the all-time high chart. This one basically went divided by 6, so not divided by half. It went from 0.66 in the bull run to basically almost 10 cents right now, maybe even less, 5 cents. So divided by 10, right? 10 times lower than it was before in the bullish pattern. And that's because basically the market cap. If we take something, for example, like any pad, right? And you will see even a lower market cap. This was at 1.9 cents, and it's right now 1/5 of a cent, right? So 9 cents to 1 cent is 9 times. And then this is basically 5 times. So that's 45 times lower. And then when you look relatively at DAO Maker, which only lost half of its value, it basically shows why they are the market leader in the launchpads, right? They have a very high fully diluted market cap, $1 billion. They have $233 million in current market cap, and they still have a significantly high volume being traded on a daily basis. So if you're wondering, right, apart from all the IDOs and launches that you can participate in, what would be the benefit of holding this token long term through a bearish market? 100% gain, right? 100% gain, basically even apart from the staking that they have. So in terms of the staking, they have a full calculator on their website, which you can participate in. You would have to connect your wallet to basically see what the current percentages are. It definitely depends on the more people stake, the less rewards that you would get. But you could basically see, okay, this is how much you want to stake. So let's say we stake $10,000 and we'll stake it for 180 days. Right, you would get like a 6% APR. So you get $2,000 is what you make in 180 days relative on the current price, right? 291 times 3, all right? And your yearly rewards from shoe yield with a 26% APR, 17,000. But I think those shoe tokens are the participation side of things. So I would definitely focus on the left side, right? This is the APR you get for the staking, and this is the participation estimate on the average returns of their IDOs, which is not something I would take lightly because this is a very complex formula, right? So basically you would already have a 2,000 gain, so that's 20%, and then 100% increase on the token. Relative to the bear market, I would obviously say there might be better opportunities, but keeping in mind that once these launchpads like DAO Maker in a bull market start to aggressively market their services and launch more projects, the token will also be at that point a lot more expensive. So for you to then get in, basically on the launchpad side, you would need to buy the token, and that would be a lot less affordable. So those are basically the things you need to keep in mind. Based on past performance, you're looking at 100% return. Based on 180 days staking, you're looking at a 20% return. Looking at participation on the launchpad, it would be twice as expensive to participate in the bull market as getting your tokens now and being patient. That is basically the full sum up you need to be aware of if you want to know how much money you can make on DAO Maker when you sit out the bear market. Very important. This is for a long-term strategy. And obviously, what if it goes lower, but what if it doesn't, right? Nobody knows what the future holds, no matter how much technical analysis you do. You don't know. Specifically in crypto, the fast-paced industry. Definitely interesting to just analyze all of these launchpads and see what the opportunities are. Are you going to get into DAO Maker right now, or will you wait for a market reversal? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to have a look. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Real quick before you go, if you're into IDOs and Launchpad, check out my software trackdigits.com, free to use while in beta. It tracks all your IDO vesting so you never miss a claim again, integrates with Google Calendar and sends you a notification to your phone 10 minutes before your claim happens. No longer will you have to work with Google Sheets, Excel, keep everything up to date in an automated software. The claims, the vesting, the profit and loss, the statistics, everything included in one easy to use software. You can use it for free while in beta. All I ask in return is that you give me some feedback on how we can improve this platform. You can find a link to sign up for free through the link in the description down below. I hope you give it a shot. Let me know what you think. I'm very excited in building this platform together with you, trackdigits.com.